Hello there, listeners. Here is Maya speaking, sitting here outside of my humble little tent in Klil. A bit wind in the trees and bombs shooting. I think those are bombs shooting out from Israel. And according to how it sounds like boom, and then it means that the bomb go out and not coming in. But also sometimes bombs coming in, and they started again heavier recently in the last few days. More bombs are going out and in. I had this thought in my mind that I wanted to share with you, because I think this podcast is a good place to share these ideas with. How did I came to this idea? I think someone told me, we were speaking about these bombs that are shooting out of Israel, and someone told me, well, yeah, they are only responding. It means the IDF do not attack Lebanon. It's only responding when missiles from Lebanon come into Israel. And it's kind of like makes sense if you look at it like in force side of it, because, well, okay, if someone hit you, you should like hit back to protect yourself, right? So that's like the logic kind of behind it. But then I was thinking about it, and I was thinking, wait a minute, but those Hezbollah people, in their perspective, how they see things, as far as I understand, they also only responding. They responding for the attack of Israel upon Gaza, right? This is what they're saying. They're saying, stop the war in Gaza and we will stop the war here. We are responding for the war in Gaza, trying to protect our allies, okay? And then I was thinking farther than that. I was thinking, okay, so why Israel attacking Gaza? Well, also, again, you go back to Israel and the government will tell you, of course, we are only responding for the October 7 massacre, which is also, again, kind of like making sense, right? It does, to attack back after being like massacred. So why did Hamas attack in October 7? I believe if you ask them, they will say they are responding for all those years of military occupation and the Nakba and all kind of abuse that Israel is doing to the Palestinian people all along those years. So why Israel is doing this to the Palestinians? Why did Israel throw the Palestinians away from their land in 1948? Well, according to what they tell us in history class, that was a response to the attacks that the Palestinians had upon the Israeli, the Zionist settlement. And it kind of makes sense, because if you ask the Palestinians, as far as I know of history, I once in university I learned a course of the history of the Middle East from the Palestinian angle. So, as far as I understand, if you ask them, why did you attack the Zionite settlements in 1948, they will say, well, we were responding for them trying to take over our land, for their planning to build here a Jewish state that does not include us. Now, why will the Zionite movement and the Jewish people have this plan in the first place to build a state in a place that there are already people there and not including them? Well, if you, as far as I understand, the Zionite movement is saying, well, we need a place for all those Jewish immigrants coming from Europe. It means the idea of Israel as a state is very much a response to the Holocaust and to the massacres that have been done to the Jewish people all along those years. Why will the Germans start World War II and create the Holocaust? Well, again, as far as I know from history, we study like the history of Second World War on high school. As far as I understand, in their perspective, it was a response to the Versailles Agreement that kind of like robbed Germany away from and put her in terrible financial condition and took land away from it. You know, like I'm speaking about the agreements that the winning countries in World War I had when they actually had the option either to give a hand and support the countries that lost the war and try to help them recover, or to punish them and try to take as much as they can from them as a result of them winning the war. So if you see it in this perspective, then World War II is a response to World War I. Why did World War I started in the first place? I think it was a whole series of response to, if I remember correctly, was it some kind of a Austrian duke that, like some kind of a royalty person from Austria that was murdered by some minority member, but like a gypsy or something, maybe, I don't know. Some kind of a minority member that was responding to the terrible treatment or terrible like bad conditions that they had in the country or something, I don't know. Why will someone try to take power over something in the first place and try to abuse and use his neighbors or the people around him? Is it a response to the fact that life are difficult and he's hungry and he wants power because he's afraid? Could it be? Anyway, if you see this line of thought, then you get to what I wanted to say, which is I'm sitting here with my friend and we hear the bombing go outside of really right here next to the village, and he tell me like, well, it's not that they're attacking Lebanon, it's just a response. And I'm thinking like, come on, isn't that the time that we will start develop ourselves psychologically and spiritually to take control over our response and make them and response with thinking about the later on consequent. Hopefully you got what I'm trying to say. It's a bit difficult word. Like thinking, wait a minute, if I will respond in violence, wouldn't it come back to me? Because you see, we are all attached, we are all connected. If you vibrate violent, it will come back to you. It will reflect back to you or come back from behind. Somewhere you will meet it again if you vibrate violent into the general space. And maybe it's time for us to start vibrate some love and care in a way, as much as we can. At least try, at least be aware to the fact that shooting a bomb to Lebanon is not just shooting a bomb to Lebanon, it's shaking the whole land up. It's a fire birth in Lebanon. I think it's the same fire that there was like yesterday, lots of smoke came into the village, and people asked like, what is this smoke? And someone answered, this is from giant fire bursts in Lebanon, the smoke is coming in Israel because it's same air, it's same space. And I heard also there is like a fire birth in northern Israel, in Kiryat Shmona. I don't know if it's a fire that came directly through Lebanon, or is it a bomb that came through Lebanon and started another fire in Israel, or is it maybe just a coincidence? But I will be surprised, because it's like there is like a giant fire in a city. Usually there are not giant fires in cities. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, this is what I had to say. Maybe it's time for us to start be more aware to the wider effects of our actions and choose more carefully the way we are responding. Thank you, listeners, for listening. Bless us all.